Okay, you made up your mind. You're ready to get that electric vehicle. But wait, let me tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be a Tesla. Welcome back to the Cobra Pit, whether you're a longtime viewer or a newer subscriber like Two-Toe Duran. I see you. I appreciate every single one of you. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Now, just to give you a little background, I do have 2 Teslas, but I had a Chevy Bolt before that. So I have a little experience with different EVs out there, and after having Teslas for over 2 years, they're not for everyone. I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why you should not get a Tesla. And the number one is the price. Now, back when I bought mine, the Model X was $20,000 cheaper. Yes, $20,000 cheaper. And the Model 3 that I bought was $8,000 cheaper. Yeah, we know about the chip shortages and things like that, but the least expensive Model 3, entry level, where you can get in with the Tesla family, is $45,000. And that may be the reason why some of you are coming to EVs, because you're tired of paying for gas. And at $38,000, $40,000 initially for the Model 3, and they used to be able to sell some for $36,000 with the standard range model, not the standard range plus. That's very comparable to lower end BMWs and Lexuses. So if they're around the same price, and then you don't have to pay for gas and oil changes, so you're thinking, you're coming out on top. But prices are a lot higher now. I think it makes a big difference because they have plenty of other EVs out there that aren't Tesla, like the Chevy Bolt, like I had, like the beautiful, beautiful Hyundai Ioniq 5 that I ran into the driver today. And I actually had a talk with her, and she said, well, the reason why she didn't get a Tesla is my number 2 reason. But there's other options out there at lower price, and many of them qualify for the federal tax credit. So I don't know, it's getting kind of pricey. And number 2 is the same reason that lady told me why she didn't get a Tesla. The wait is too long. So when we ordered our Model X in 2020, there was a 2-month wait. And that's typically the case when it comes to Teslas. But now some people have waited months and months, 6 months, 8 months. And, you might want a car now. The lady with the Ioniq 5 told me that she wanted a car now. She was ready for it. She couldn't wait any longer. She was ready to move forward. And, it might be worth it for some of you to wait for it. Best thing comes to those who wait. But some people can't afford to wait for, whatever reason. So if you want a car as soon as possible, and even the used inventory, either they don't have them or the prices are through the roof. So nah, if you need a car soon, you don't want to get a Tesla. Now, number 3 is the way that you actually purchase a Tesla, the procedure. You may not feel comfortable doing everything online. Some people don't even get a chance to test drive it or look at the vehicle in person. So it's all online. You may feel more comfortable going to a dealership, looking at the car on the lot. Some of you may even like haggling prices. When it comes to Teslas, the price is a price and it's set and that's it. Some people prefer that, but some people, get a little bravado, if you will. Some people feel good going in and negotiating, even if you get $100 off. You feel pretty good about that. And you can actually see the vehicle. You can feel the vehicle, the actual vehicle, not one like it. So if you like that whole dealership model and is very comfortable, very traditional, then you might want to go that route, because Tesla is completely different from any other car that you've ever purchased before in the past. And speaking of tradition, number 4, the interior. The interior of the Tesla Model 3, Model S, Model X, Model Y, they are all very minimal. So much information is all centered around that screen. There's a screen there. It's very high tech, but also some people like the tactile feel of buttons. They may feel more comfortable just having the buttons there, looking down, clicking it, and having that feel. You get in a car, you know what it's going to feel like, you know where everything is, you get pretty comfortable. In the menus of the Tesla, it does take some getting used to. Even sometimes I have to think about, and I've had them over 2 years, I still have to think sometimes about, where do I find simple things like glove box? windshield wipers. Just little things that, even though it's right there, just because of the moment and things going on at that time, it just takes me a little bit longer. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like I said, you do adapt to it, but some people just want that old traditional, I shouldn't call it old, the traditional standard comfortable feeling of a, interior of a car. Now, there are some EVs out there that have a more tactile feel. Yes, a lot of them are going towards the screens, but some interiors are a little more transitional. It's not just all of a sudden, blah, here it is, tech life, here's an iPad, go at it. So that might throw a couple people off. And number 5, going along with that minimal interior, you may not want to learn how to drive a car or how to navigate around a car. Even something like the one pedal braking and regenerative braking, Tesla doesn't give you the option. The Chevy Bolt, I had the option of having it on or off. I could drive the old school way with both pedals, right? I can brake with one, accelerate with the other. With Tesla, they're really pushing this, new way of driving, new way of living. So you may not feel comfortable or even want to. You may just want a car, just how to handle it. You get in, you get from point A to point B. Everything is just like a regular traditional car, but it's an electric vehicle. So if you just want that car to get you to A to B and you don't have to think about it, you don't have to learn a new car, maybe, those days are over, or you just want something simple, then you might not want to get a Tesla. Number 6, depending on where you live, if you're in California, especially Southern California, it seems like everybody has Teslas. I mean, there's only 4 models, right? But there's a limited number of colors with those 4 options. I was, at a supercharger. I was walking back to my car with my wife, and I almost tried to open up the car door of someone else's gray Model 3. And she had to stop me. My wife said, "That's not your car." I had to look up and say, "Oh, man." You see so many Tesla drivers, and again, it depends on where you live, that you have to do certain things to make your car stand out. You may want to put a wrap on it, right? You may want to put special rims on it, something to make it a little different. If you don't want your car to look like everybody else's, you probably don't want to get a Tesla. They are so similar to each other. Even across the many years, they don't change very much from the older models to the current models. Small changes. So if you want something a little unique, a little different, there's plenty of EVs out there like the Ioniq 5 that look pretty unique. And you won't see too many of those on the road. Before I get to number 7, I want to quickly remind you guys that this video is 100% sponsored by me. Only me. And the best way for you to show support is to either subscribe, like the video, share it. That's the best way, and it's free. So thank you in advance. I appreciate every single one of you, and I mean that. Number 7, you may not like the attention that comes with owning a Tesla. Many people ask me, how do you like it? How is this? How is that? It brings a lot of attention, a lot of questions, It has a different vibe to it than my Chevy Bolt. People did approach me about the Chevy Bolt, but it was far less number of people. Some people didn't even know it was a fully electric. With the Tesla, even though there's no advertisements or there's no traditional marketing, people know about Teslas, and that's probably what the whole mystique is about. That's why people are so curious, because they don't see the same ads that everyone else does. So they may ask you over and over, but you might want to be a little more discreet. You might be, you might not want all that extra attention. Number 8, you want a little more control over your car, control over the ownership. Like I had to get a wheel alignment so I could only go through Tesla. Now I can do other things, other places, like I got my tires changed at Costco and things like that. But certain things you have to go only through Tesla. And some people don't mind that, but some people want a little more control. There's a channel called Rich Rebuilds where he customizes and does different things to his Teslas to the point where Tesla says, you can no longer use our superchargers. You've done too many modifications. We won't allow you to use it anymore. So they kind of, they red flag it or whatever, right? Some people look at that as, if I buy something, it's mine. I own it. I should be able to do whatever I want to it. But that's not the case with Tesla. Think about Apple versus Android. If you're into phones and technology, it's kind of similar. Android's open source, you have a little more freedom. Apple is more locked down. So if you want full control over your vehicle, you don't want to get a Tesla. Number 9 is insurance. Insurance for my Tesla Model 3, which is comparable to my Chevy Bolt, was way higher than my Chevy Bolt. Why? They think the autonomous features are more risky, more dangerous. So here's the one thing I want to say. If they offer Tesla car insurance in your area, then that's not a problem. Because I have Tesla auto insurance and it's way less expensive than any of those companies. Geico, it doesn't matter, right? Tesla insurance is by far the least expensive. But if you don't, you might want to look elsewhere because there's a supercharge, additional charge that comes with owning a Tesla from insurance companies. I don't know, just keep that in the back of your mind. And the last one, number 10, and this one's kind of a fun one. If you don't like stopping at a red light and people constantly trying to race you, don't get a Tesla. They see the YouTube videos. They see people drag racing Teslas all the time and they think their car is souped up and they're ready to challenge you. If you don't like that feeling, I mean, you might not feed into the hype, right? You might not. You might just look at them and say, silly person, whatever, right? But it happens. It happens not only to me, but also my wife. She says that people always trying to zoom past her, especially when they're stopped at lights. So I don't know, something to think about. If you have a need for speed and a little competitive edge, don't get a Tesla. You're going to be pushing it to the limits. Hey, thanks again for watching. I appreciate everything you guys do for me in this channel. One thing though, don't forget, Cobra told you. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching.